Here's a clip from our podcast, the Club Ambition Podcast, aka CAP.
They gon' let me for my ambition.
Viral. Stephen A. Smith. Should I play it or should I just say? I'll just say it. Okay, let's play it. Because this is a viral clip right here. We have Stephen A. Smith stating his opinion about Will Smith, right? Because you guys all remember Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and that went viral.
That was a Celtics take. I was going to start yelling.
No, not Celtics take. No. That'll be coming up in the next upcoming weeks. But this is what Stephen A. Smith had to say about Will Smith's claim to fame comeback right now, right? Which I think is inaccurate, but let's talk about it.
When we use the word
Put the speaker up when you get the chance, Marlon, please.
Or forgiveness, that's for Chris Rock to deal with. This is his call. He could have had the man arrested that night and insisted to the LAPD that not be the case. About 6. But Chris Rock is damaged. In the day and age of mental illness or traumatic incidences that affects one's mind and psyche and what have you, yeah, you might see him at Knicks games. Yeah, you might see him still going about the business of performing on tour or doing his job or handling his business.
Why is he talking for another man?
Chris Rock will never get over that. Ever. Will Smith apologized. I'm not saying he even has to apologize. I'm saying that while I watch him and Martin Lawrence promoting this movie, and I'm quite sure the reason he hasn't addressed it is because the studios don't want him to, and there's an obligation that you have with them, all fair. I get it.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the way, he has to sit down and talk to the black community. You can see all the white people around Will Smith all you want to. Black folks have loved and revered this man for decades.
So you can stop him there. You kind of get the gist, right? And he has faced major scrutiny, as rightfully so.
Glad.
So my take on this is basically, when it comes to the Will Smith situation, we already have post Will Smith slap, right, which is one of the most viral moments in history, maybe the most viral moment in the history of Hollywood, right? When it comes to off camera, like nothing pertains to a movie directly, actually, and like in person, off camera, off scene, it was the Will Smith Chris Rock slap. Will Smith apologized. Will Smith moved on. As far as when it comes to his relationship with Chris, he's reached out to the family. Chris Rock also dropped a whole comedy special last year on Netflix. It was live streamed on Netflix. We talked about it here. Hilarious. Spoke about the slap. The whole tour. He had a whole tour where a lot of times he would mention the slap as a part of the joke. Right? I have part of his joke set. Will Smith also. This is not. People are acting as if this is Will Smith's first movie post the slap. He had that movie with Apple where he played the slave. Remember? Mm-hmm. It was a black and white film, right? Obviously, it's not a blockbuster. It's not.
It's on a streaming service.
It's not. Yeah, it was on streaming services. It wasn't in theaters. It didn't have a major push like this one it seems to have, right? But the whole rollout, every interview, no one's been asking Will Smith about the slap because no one cares about it no more. This is something that they've moved on and past. Now we have Stephen A. Smith saying that this is traumatizing, mental health needs to be paid attention to, and that basically he's not over it yet for Will Smith. Like, he might not even watch the movie. Like, he doesn't know. Like, he's not.
Because it affects black people.
Because it affects black. It's a black culture thing, and he still owes the black culture more than that. But then, what? So what are you talking about? What is this? And he's trying to speak for Chris Rock. He's trying to speak for the sentiment of the people. No one feels this way. The majority online saying, like, what are you talking about? What's wrong with your timing of this? Like, the movie's dropping, but I will say it is genius as far as to get people talking, because that's what Stephen A. Smith does the best, right? He knows how to rile the people. This has gone super viral, and this was not on ESPN. This was not a sports take. This was something on his own independent podcast on YouTube that has gone viral. 20+ million views on single tweets of people watching this. Extremely viral, because it's like, what are you talking about? Very shocking, right? I hope that Stephen A. Smith is just doing this for a performative aspect, because that's what he does best. He's a performative, guy. That's his thing. other than that, this is for this to be based on actual sentiment. Like, no, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this. And if you want to support black culture, go support these men and this movie. Bad Boys is a part of black culture. What's a more historical buddy movie in black culture than Bad Boys? I don't have none in mind. What are we gonna say? Ride Along? Ice Cube and Kevin Hart? No. Bad Boys.
It's literally Bad Boys.
It's literally Bad Boys. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and it's like, I think it's just to get people. It's clickbait shit. Stephen A. is doing clickbait shit. This is not serious.
I hope.
Because this is, if it's serious, then you're fucking crazy. You're literally fucking crazy.
And you're a hypocrite.
Tell him why.
You know who Jerry Jones is?
Say it again?
You know who Jerry Jones is?
Cowboys owner?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Cowboys owner back in 2022,
Yeah.
a photo revealed back in 1957, he was at a desegregation rally.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
He was protesting against the desegregation of his high school in Arkansas when he was 14. He was a part of the mob that was like literally throwing things at the black students that
Yes.
were being desegregated.
Yes.
And his argument, Jerry Jones, was, hey, I didn't know what was going on. I was just an on-viewer. I was a spectator like the rest of
Onlooker.
us. Yes. Stephen A. Smith has a great relationship with Jerry Jones, despite his hate for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But he has a great relationship with Jerry Jones. When that happened, he didn't say a fucking word. Yo, he didn't say shit about that. He didn't bring him on his show.
I think he hates the Cowboys, but he's a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, no, he truly respects Jerry Jones. He
Yeah.
wants Jerry Jones to get it. Like he said it before, I want Jerry Jones to get a Super Bowl before he passes or he leaves the organization. Like he sells it off or he passes it down to whoever he's going to pass it down to. And I'm like, bro, so what you're telling me is Jerry Jones can be at a fucking desegregation rally in 1957. You're not going to ask him about it, even though he's an owner of an organization with a bunch of black athletes.
Yeah.
And the stigma around the NFL being a racist institution, you're not going to sit him down on your show, try to have him clarify his name. You're not gonna like go out of your way to understand why he did what he did. You're just gonna let it pass by. On top of that, in the NBA, oh, I love this one, bro. We've talked about this a million times on TikTok. I've brought it up here. I don't know if this is still going on, but there was a period of time where Muslims were being imprisoned in China and were being used to make Nike shoes. Nobody in the NBA talked about it. Stephen A. Smith never talked about it. The reason why they were being imprisoned was because in China, there is a large amount of like racism that takes place. It's so bad that they think Islam is like linked to like black people and just black violence. So they arrest Muslims to kind of deter crime in their minds. That links back to black culture. Islam is part of black culture. Malcolm X was Muslim. So that's why, like, the whole Nation of Islam movement was a huge thing in the civil rights movement. That's why I'm really saying, I'm like, yo, Stephen A. Smith, I really hope you're trolling here. Because, oh my God, are you a fucking hypocrite? You're so full of shit. You're such a fucking capping ass nigga. This is such performative activism. You sat there on that dumbass desk talking about, he slapped him. And that affects your mental health.
Yeah.
As if Dave Chappelle would have a whole fucking comedy tour. Talk about how these niggas were friends.
Yeah.
Again, how they were at comedy shows together. He's like kind of had conversations with both of them in the room together about the situation.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you? Yo, he did that shit for clout. He had to have.
And it's
he
like,
had to
and
have.
if it's like, if people are moving past it, like, why are we gonna try to rebring the traumatic experience, and then you're gonna like, what is going on here?
But my thing is like, who is he, right? Who is he to speak on Chris Rock's
Trauma.
trauma? You know what I'm saying? His girlfriend, he knows it firsthand.
No, I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
He's
Yeah.
crazy.
What you talking about? Not only that, I'm not gonna get into it.
Bro, it's not like you're some black, like, revolutionary leader who calls shit out. China's out here using Muslim slaves, bro. Jerry Jones is out here at desegregation rallies. Hey, you haven't said shit. So I just want consistency, nigga. That's all I need from you.
Yeah.
You go either really do this shit or you just gonna shut the fuck up like everyone else. Like, that's okay for me. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith's wilding.
He's crazy, bro.
He's crazy. And listen, if it's performative, I get it, because at the same time, it's not like he's not saying nothing racist. He's not saying
No.
nothing. It's not like crazy, but it's still fucking crazy.
It's insane.
It's like topical still. So like he knows that he can play the fence with that topical shit because it's like it's topical stuff. It's just topical, right? He could probably apologize tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Got his clicks, his views, etc. from it. But we're gonna get our clicks and views then, motherfucker. you are crazy, and that you make no sense.
They gon' love me for my ambition.
And that was a clip from our podcast, the Club Ambition podcast. Cap, if you're looking to watch the full episode, make sure to go check it out right now. It's available on audio and also on YouTube.